I found today to be very interesting.
I've had an absolutely fantastic day. It's been a huge opportunity for networking.
There's a number of things that I knew that I needed to do on the business and that were definitely highlighted in the presentation, but with a lot more detail about how I should be approaching it.
The report itself is 54 pages, and within that we've put in links to our online resources that solve a lot of the problems that are thrown up by the report. So for example, if you have too much dependency on a single client, then there's a whole article that's been developed with contributions from all of our growth experts to help people look at what they can do to both mitigate the risk of that and also bring in new business.
The Benchpress is something that I would have loved to have, to know how I compare with the network, but also to know how I was progressing in terms of my own personal journey from startup to exit.
I think the Benchpress survey was enlightening, especially when I've only been in the role at that time for a month. So I actually did it with my finance director, who was able to give me some of the insight that was beneficial to myself.
When I was growing my consultancy, if I'd been able to access some of the data from the Benchpress, in particular the numbers, so gross profit, net profit, conversion rates, I would have found that really helpful, because when I was around, it was just really hard to know how you were doing. And I think the Benchpress gives you a really relevant, valid comparator group to measure yourself against.
Events like this have really helped grow us as a business, both in terms of our professional credibility, but also in making sure that our strategy is correct, that we're focusing on the right areas that will have significant impact on the business.
The most powerful thing from the Benchpress survey for me is the impact of metrics and knowing how your business is measuring up and seeing a very clear direction forward then of where you need to go and what you need to do. The information within the Benchpress is invaluable.
The Benchpress has been good awareness for me to think about what I answered last year and compare it to where I would like to be.
What was a surprise was the significant drop in margins, because confidence is riding high, revenue is growing, the sector of founder-led firms is doing really well. But what's clear is there needs to be more discipline around margin management, and the extent of that, I suppose, was a bit of a surprise to me.
It helped me assess the company from a new angle. And one of the things I've asked the network to do is to send me the answers that I sent in terms of the survey, because I think it will be a really, really good insight into our company where it is now. But I'll be looking forward to looking back on that and seeing where we've moved forward in a year, 2 years, 3 years' time.